Hi, welcome back to Unspoken Thoughts. This is the space where we say things that we usually keep inside. I'm Maxine, and today I want to talk about a kind of loneliness that doesn't get talked about enough. Not the loneliness of having nobody around, but the loneliness of feeling like nobody truly sees you. The loneliness of carrying things quietly. The loneliness of carrying of being surrounded by people and still feel alone. If you have ever felt that way before, stay with me. Let's talk about it. A while ago, I came across a post online that said, "The older I get, the lonelier I feel." At first, I didn't understand it. How could someone feel lonely when they're surrounded by people every day? Then I started paying attention. I noticed the friend who always checked on everyone else but never talks about what they are going through. I noticed the person who posts smiling photos of themselves but disappear when life got hard. I noticed the strong ones, the ones who carried their struggles quietly. And suddenly that sentence made a lot of sense to me. Because loneliness isn't always sitting alone in a room. Sometimes it's sitting with people and feeling that nobody really knows what's happening inside of you. Like your mind is almost blowing up, but you know what I'm saying. That kind of loneliness. It's answering I'm okay when you're so exhausted. It's laughing sorry. It's laughing at a joke while your mind is somewhere else. It's carrying a thousand of thoughts and not knowing who you can share with. And maybe that's the loneliness nobody talks about. The loneliness of feeling unseen while everyone assumes you're doing just fine. I think that's why some of the strongest people are often the loneliest. Not because they don't have people around them, but because they have become so good at carrying things alone. People see them handling everything, people see them smiling, people see them showing up. So nobody thinks to ask if they are struggling or not. Nobody thinks to ask if they're tired, and eventually they stop talking about it too. Because after a while, you start convincing yourself that you should be able to handle it, that you shouldn't need help, that everyone else already has enough on their plate. So you carry it yourself, the worries, the pressure, the sadness, the exhaustion, little by little, day by day, and maybe that's why loneliness can feel so heavy. Because it's not always the absence of people, sometimes it's the absence of being understood. Sometimes it's the wishing someone will notice that your smile feels heavier than usual. Sometimes it's wishing someone will ask one more question after you say you're not okay. Not because you want attention, but because you want connection. Real connection. The kind where you don't have to pretend. The kind where you don't have to have the right words. The kind where someone sees you beyond your smile, beyond the strong version, beyond the I'm okay. Maybe you're listening to this today and you're carrying something nobody knows about. Maybe you have been trying to be strong for so long that you have forgotten what it feels to let someone in. If that's you, I want you to know this. You don't have to carry this alone. I've said this from the first episode, and this is the episode 19. You don't have to carry everything alone. You don't have to unsupport. You don't have to wait until you're falling apart before you deserve care. And most importantly, the fact that you feel lonely doesn't mean you're alone. It means you're human. And all humans, and as a human, you need connection. You need understanding. You need people who see you for who you are, not just how well you hide your struggles. Before we end today's episode, I want you to think about someone in your life. Someone who always seems okay, someone who always seems strong, someone who always checks on everyone else. Maybe send them this message. Maybe ask them how they're really doing. When you ask them and they say they're okay, please try and ask if they're really, really okay, or they're just saying they're okay for their sake. Because sometimes the people who look the strongest are carrying the heaviest things. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. This has been Unspoken Thoughts. Until next time, be gentle with yourself. And remember, some of the loneliest people aren't alone. They're simply waiting to feel seen.